In Health and Wealth, Lauren Manaker, dietitian and certified lactation education counselor, is here with how new working moms can get a positive start in the new year. Tell us about the first 1,000 days mission and why it's so critical to a baby's growth and development.
So the first 1,000 days starts at the date of conception and ends at the child's second birthday. And during this time, the brain is growing more rapidly than during any other time in their life. And that's dependent on certain nutrients that help develop the building blocks for cognitive abilities, motor skills, and social and emotional development.
What matters most with nutrition for new moms and new babies?
So the American Academy of Pediatrics has identified 14 nutrients that they call the building blocks for early brain development. And some of them are, I will not be listing all 14, are zinc, iodine, choline, vitamin B12, and protein. Now, there are 3 of those nutrients, iodine, vitamin B12, and choline, that have a time-sensitive impact during this time of development, meaning that shortfalls during the first 1,000 days can have a long-term effect on the baby's health for the rest of their lives. And when it comes to iodine, more data is showing us that many Americans are falling short on their intake, and they are not consuming as much iodine as what is recommended. And when it comes to women specifically, between the ages of 15 and 49, some evidence is showing us that around 50% of them are not consuming enough iodine, so they could be iodine deficient and not even know it.
Why is iodine so critical?
And the World Health Organization has suggested that iodine deficiency is the most significant contributor to preventable brain damage and intellectual disability. There is some data showing that almost 60% of pregnant women may be deficient in iodine, and in the United States, around 40% of prenatal vitamins that have been evaluated have no iodine in it. So they're iodine free. So not saying that prenatal vitamins are not important. Please take your prenatal vitamins if you're pregnant, but we can't assume that our prenatal vitamins are giving us everything we need. And in this case, the iodine. So again, that's why we really need to focus on whole, nourishing foods that provide nutrients like iodine, like a glass of dairy milk or lactose-free dairy milk.
What foods do you suggest?
Sure. So again, back to the dairy milk. I love dairy milk because it provides 7 of those 14 nutrients that the American Academy of Pediatrics has identified as those building block nutrients for brain health. So dairy milk and lactose-free milk both contain the same exact nutrients. One's just missing that lactose sugar. I also like to include leafy greens like spinach to provide folate. And then those oily cold water fish that are lower in mercury, like salmon, can help increase the intake of those healthy fats that we also need to support brain development. You go to gonnaneedmilk.com and 1000days.org.